Howdy. The other night I couldn't sleep. And it's because I got some crummy information. Crummy update. Horrible update. And obviously it's about a girl. So I couldn't sleep. And the only way to remedy that was to stare at the ceiling, lay on that couch back there, and play Wrecking Ball on an infinite loop. And the more I listened to it, and the more I tried to process what had happened and the potential mistakes I had made, not that I'm the kind of guy that makes mistakes, because I know it's pretty shocking and even earth-shattering to contemplate that I could make a mistake. I know it is for me. But, you know, these are things you have to consider when trying to rectify things in your heart, if that makes sense. But ultimately I decided I had made no mistakes at all. But I had to consider it, just in case it somehow impacted the events. Anyway, but the more I listened and the more I thought, the more I realized that this song makes absolutely no sense. And it's something I already thought before, but only because of like one or two lyrics, because Miley Cyrus has songs that they have these random parts in them that just make absolutely no sense. And so I just thought that was par for the course. But like after listening to the entire song over and over and over and over while thinking about, you know, this, I realized, you know, the whole thing doesn't make sense. I have a theory that it's actually like an allegory for the Kool-Aid Man, and it's somehow about a changing society and the way he has to adapt to it and maybe find a place in it, because the position he once held has not been vacated. But maybe we'll cover that in another video. Let's just go over the obvious parts that don't make sense to me. So we start out, let's just go over who wrote the song first. This song took like 7 or 8 people to write, which as short of a song as it is, and as often as some of the words are repeated, I'd like to know what particularly these people all contributed. I wonder if maybe they were just sitting around one night playing Scrabble and said, "Oh yeah, let's just put these words together and make a song for Miley." You know, is that what happened? Is that how that worked? So this is going off of AZ Lyrics. I also checked Find Lyrics, and I checked the lyrics in the Amazon Music app, and they all are pretty much the same. I didn't really see any variations, but if you have a different take on this song, or if you happen to know for a fact that the lyrics are being quoted wrong, please send me an email and I will put it in my edition of the Book of Life. You'll go down in the records. It'll be sealed here and in heaven. I mean, I won't redact anything I said, because I don't make mistakes. Clearly it's a mistake you've made. But to make you feel better and to boost your self-esteem, it'll go in my Book of Records. So the people listed here are Henry Russell Walcher. I don't know if this is Mozella or Mozella, but they contributed. I wonder if maybe it was just Mozilla. You know, maybe Firefox activated some sort of string of code that turned on the artificial intelligence, and they're just like, oh, well, I'm going to be slick here and call myself Mozella, and they won't even know. So it's possible. It's possible a web browser helped write this. Mcdonald, Maureen, Ann, Sacha, Skarbek, and then again Maureen Mcdonald. So I'm wondering if Maureen just kind of listed herself twice just so she could get twice as much in royalties. Maybe, I don't know. Stephen, or is that Stephan? Oh, I'm sorry, it's Stephan. Richard Moccio, David Kim, and Lukaz Gottwald. That's a weird name. So these are the people that apparently contributed to this song. Didn't realize it took that many people to write this song, but that could be why it doesn't make any sense. It could be a lot of different interpretations of a relationship. But for the purposes of this exploration, this dissection, we're going to just assume that this song is about Miley and her relationship with some rando. And so it starts off with these 4 verses that say, "We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain." So what did they claw? Did they claw the... Well, it ends saying, "our hearts in vain." So that means that both of their hearts were clawed and chained. Why would you claw at your hearts? Did she claw at her own heart while he clawed at his own? Or did they claw at each other's hearts? Because it only says that they chained... Oh, it doesn't even say each other. It just says we chained our hearts. So I don't understand what locking their hearts to each other has to do with anything. Maybe they locked them to each other by accident, and then they clawed at them to try to like come apart. It's very possible, because that could be extremely awkward. Don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can't... Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. Dang. It's just too easy to do that because this song is just so generic. Okay, let me go back. I apologize for that. I would start the video all over, but I'm already 5.5 minutes in. I'm not going to do that. We jumped never asking why. Well, I mean, I typically don't ask when I jump. If I jump, it's because it's a reaction to something. I don't have time to question the jump. You know, if Mario questioned all of his jumps, he'd be falling in pits all the time, or running into Bowser. So there's that. We kissed. I fell under your spell. So this guy has magical powers. He's a sorcerer, apparently. A love no one could deny. I will actually stand up here and I will deny that love. I will say Miley didn't love this guy. Because if she did, this song wouldn't exist. Because she would have made a more monumental effort to win him back. You know, she would have tried to rechain these hearts. Because it doesn't say anywhere in here that the hearts were ever unchained. So how could she have let him go? Or he have let her go? You'd think they'd still be together. Don't you ever say I just walked away. Which he can't. I mean, they're still chained together at the heart. I will always want you. Okay, whatever. I can't live a lie running for my life. So, I'm wondering, did he threaten her life? Was he just so sick of her and being chained to her that he was going to kill her? But if he killed her, well, I guess if he killed her, he could rip her heart out and then he could escape her. Because then what's left of her heart would just be chained to him. And I mean, it'd be gross to have, like, somebody's heart just on your chest. But it would give him freedom. So then she just again says that she will always want him. And here we come into the part where it says that I came in like a wrecking ball, which is why I think that this is an allegory and it's about the Kool-Aid Man. Because it goes on to say, I never hit so hard in love. It's very possible the Kool-Aid Man was in love. He loved something. I mean, he was bursting through walls all the time. And, I mean, that's the very next line. It says, all I wanted was to break your walls. That's all the Kool-Aid Man wants. He just wants to bust into your house. He wants to invade your home and your privacy and give you a cool drink. All you ever did was wreck me. Well, I mean, he wrecked my house at the very least. And actually, I think it's interesting, right? Because the next line is written in the 3 different places that I found these lyrics. Yeah, you wreck me. It's not re hyphen e hyphen e hyphen k, like she says it. So I'm wondering if she's dyslexic and that's why she sings it that way, or if maybe like in the studio there was a fan and it just came out that way and they're like, oh, this kind of works, and so they just kept doing it. I don't know. It's just, you know, incógnitas del universo. And this part is the one that never made any sense at all to me. Alright, she says, I put you high up in the sky, and now you're not coming down. So clearly, this chain of the hearts was busted. Because she put this guy high up in the sky, alright, high. And the fact that he's not coming down tells me that this man was put in orbit. And so I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know, maybe he was sent up there, like, to check out the Black Knight satellite? I don't know, but he's up there and he's stuck. He's not coming, well, it doesn't say if he's not coming down because he doesn't want to, or because he can't, but he's up there and he's not coming down. But now these lines are betrayed by the next lines that says, it slowly turned, you let me burn, and now we're ashes on the ground. I thought he was stuck up in the sky. How is he now ashes with you on the ground? And if both of you are ashes, how can you be running for your life? You're already dead. Are you a vampire? I don't know. But, I mean, that backs up my earlier thought that he was stuck in orbit because he obviously burned up in re-entry. And now he's ashes on the ground. And we've already covered those lines. And then this part actually stunned me. I came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, I just closed my eyes and swung. I always thought she said, I just closed my eyes and stuff. But apparently it's swung. But, yeah, left me crashing in a blazing fall. So, again, re-entry. Somehow she also got stuck in space. I'm guessing trying to get him back down. And then again, all you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wrecked me. So, then, never meant to start a war. I just wanted you to let me in. I mean, you want to get in, you knock. You don't bust down somebody's wall, invading their home. And instead of see, then this is the part where there's a little bit of introspection. Instead of using force, I guess I should have let you win. But win what? What were you fighting over? I mean, at the beginning of the song, you like were madly in love, and it was an undeniable love. I mean, it was slightly deniable because I denied it, but there's no mention of this conflict of what it is that he wanted that you wouldn't let him have. So that doesn't make any sense. And that's it. I mean, the rest of the lyrics are you just repeating what's already been said. So the song makes no sense. I mean, there's a relationship and there's conflict. Well, there's allusion to conflict, but there's no actual description of the conflict. Somehow this man ends up in space, and then he burns up in re-entry when Miley Cyrus tries to bring him back down. And now she's running for her life. Or no, she's refusing to run for her life. Not that she can because she's dead. She's ashes on the ground. You know, I mean, can someone explain this to me? There's all these videos out there about explanations of how movies ended and what it's supposed to mean. Well, explain to me what this song means. I don't get it. It just it doesn't make sense. And I've got a genius level IQ. So somebody hit me up and make it make sense. Later.